Hey, America. Alright, I'm going to finish this. Alright, I was drawing this. I was doing an explanation of why I have my episodes and my seizures. Alright, where we left off was during the summer of 2010. And during the summer of 2010, my scapula begins to wing severely right here. And it starts causing problems from this side here, into the arm, down here, and into my leg. Okay? And it's causing these spasms that just start on my left side, alright? So I go into the teacher at Lane Community College who told me to go to see this guy named Transgriffity Therapy, and he does acupuncture all along here, and he does it first slowly and then he does it aggressively because there's only so much money to pay. He's only got so many times because my dad's only paying for so much. What happens is this entire area becomes completely loosened. He meant to slowly reset the muscles, but that didn't happen. Okay, December 10th, or December 18th, 2010. I'm working on some muscles up here in the back of my neck, these that raise up right there, and I'm massaging them and I'm pushing down my back, okay? I have a wave that runs all the way, somehow I get the spine to move, the entire thing. And a wave, I can feel it, runs all the way down and then bounces all the way back up, right? I don't know if I'm getting relief or not. I keep massaging the whole area here. Then it happens again. It goes all the way down, but this time it gets stuck. It gets stuck here and stuck on the inside of my leg, all right? This is the meat of my leg. That's the bone there, all right? Here's the meat, okay? So it gets stuck right in this area here, okay? And through the sacral area here, okay? So okay. So when that happens, something gets locked down here and something happens right here. I begin screaming at the top of my lungs. I'm on my knees. I can't get something here to stop. It feels like a muscle was ripping. I mean, it caused me to scream. I mean, literally scream, all right? And I've been through a lot of this stuff, and yeah, I've hit 10 levels a couple of times, more than a couple. Yeah, okay, so anyways, we're not talking about that. We're talking about what happened. Okay, so what happened was we had a whole disruption of the muscles along the spinal column and this right here. I begin walking to actually Hero Chiropractic, which is right across the street here, and I feel this muscle all the way down on the inside of my crotch right here, all the way down to my toe. So if I leave my house and I'm walking like this, by the time I get to the office, I'm walking with my legs sideways like that. My shoulder hadn't started completely falling out yet, okay? So that was the very first thing. I get there and the guy doesn't know what he's doing. It's a called-in doctor. I figured maybe it was because he was Asian. The girls on the line are like, yeah, he knows. He didn't know. So I ripped my leg out going all the way over there, okay? So we got another leg over here, you know, and the bone. Okay? So now you have one single bone that runs through here and then the tool here, okay? And here's something really interesting about the hand, all right? You got the fingers and all. The hand squeezes from so many different points, all right? The doctors say, here, squeeze my hand like that. Whatever, dude. You got squeeze here, you got squeeze here, you got squeeze here, you got squeeze here. Same with each finger, squeezes in a different place. Also, the way the fingers work in unison. These are your main polars. These are your hang muscles. These muscles combine all the way down through this double layer. All right. So the reason why I talked about that for a second. So this is I'm seeing a craniosacral therapist, and she's working on craniosacral therapy, which is from here to here, realigning me, and I'm starting to get strong again. Okay. I'm still having problems with my left leg. I'm still having problems going upstairs. When I go upstairs too much, my left leg started collapsing. But I was getting better as long as I treated it nicely. One day I'm walking for the bus. I missed the bus, and I go, and flex. Snap! All right, so that's when this hits. All right, that's when this right here releases, okay? I am electric shock entirely through my body. My body stiffens like a board, and I black out completely. I hit the ground, and I'm coming back to, and distantly, very distantly, hear my head on the ground. All right, now, what that did was that created... so we had a decompression on the front side here. If I were to turn it like this and draw over here, it would be decompression on the front side. Okay, what happened was that released. When that decompression released, which had been there since I was 15 years old, and these 5 through 7 have been grinding all those years to be decompression shot, bang! And also my whole skeletal structure is thrown off. So now I don't know how to quit, and I have to take care of myself. So I mean, I'm getting people to take me to the store. I remember one day this little girl, my nieces, Sammy Joe, her mom took me, and Sammy Joe she had great fun, pull me around. I had to lay on top of the shopping cart because I couldn't walk. All right, this is going on for quite a while. Now what happens is, I'm getting craniosacral therapy, and I'm also going to a guy named Chris Osterlitz, who has no idea what he's doing, and I find out realize that he's making me worse, while the craniosacral lady, Marie Kavrak, outstanding work, just outstanding. She's busy trying to put me back together. Okay, so at this point, I'm not healing at 2 months, and I'm like, what the heck is going on? When my neck zapped, I called out of school. I dropped out of school. Now, what has happened since all this has been, it's not stabilized. This is not stabilized. The spine is not stabilized, and this is not stabilized. And we have the major destabilization here. Now, what has happened is because that's destabilized, everything, the muscles started beginning to move. First into the shoulders. Okay, first into, actually, well, we're looking from the back, so this is my left shoulder. First it goes into the left shoulder and starts messing around in here. Then it goes into the right shoulder, too, and starts messing around in here. So that's when, here, I'm trying to show you. God. Yeah, that's been happening. I don't like that at all. Oh, God. Yeah, it's something up in my neck is pinching really, really bad. So as you can see here, it's not properly right. Now if I go like that, it gets bigger. Now when these arms started switching, and it went all the way into the elbow and caused these two bones to rotate. These two bones rotated and making it so it went down into the wrist. Now if these two bones rotate, the wrist doesn't work properly. So I can barely turn it that way. I can't turn it over. I should be able to turn my wrist over, but it's turning the bones, okay? So it's all the way down into here. Now my hand works like a claw now. All right. Okay, so now this is 3 years ago. Okay, I begin forcing my body to learn how to walk again, bouncing a little ball. The left leg is still out, but I start making it stronger again. Start making this whole area stronger again. Takes me several weeks to get to the point where I can walk longer distances, but I'm still not able to get on my heels. I'm still not able to access my main power. This goes down in here, goes down and rotates those two bones, rotates those two bones, goes down to the hand, goes down to the hand. This continues working here, shoots down both legs just a little bit, but all it takes is a millimeter off up here to cause some major damage down here. So as these two bones shifted slightly, causing my wrists, you can see how my wrist is messed up, man. I should be able to pull it up further. But if I squeeze, I could get it a little closer. Okay. So what you're saying, and actually Dr. Lynn notices. Oh my God, I am so lucky that did not get me. I'd be on the way to the hospital. Or this knife. Okay, we're almost done. And then I'm gonna make dinner. I'm gonna do the show. Yeah, or this knife. Okay. So it's down in my hands. So I start squeezing a ball and forcing it back out in my shoulders properly. But you can see, and then I go, that don't work. But if I rotate it like that, you see that? It works like that. All right, now straight up from the side. Won't do it. But if I rotate it, it will do it. But it'll only go to there. It won't go any higher. Okay. La 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 la. All right, if you're gonna stay up there, you're gonna do some work. Really. Hang on to that for me, will you? Useless. All right. So, about a year ago, I went in to see Dr. Hawk, and he goes, "Oh, don't worry about the grinding going on, right?" Well, the grinding went on and on and on, and now I fall down all the time. Now I have these things where I freeze up. Now I have moments of non-mobility. Let's talk about some of the other things this has done. It's moved this whole area here, so everything down there, my plumbing is fucked up. Excuse my language, but I've got to say it like that. You hear me? All right. Up here, all right, so I went through a summer of 2012 trying to swallow, and you know when you swallow something and it's like a big piece of potato and you can't get it down, it hurts real bad? Every single swallow that I took for about 3 weeks to a month while this area shifted, okay? So it's actually at this point, it has gone so far that, so when I first got the movement, see this stupid pens. All right, so I went in I went in and I had a tie around here and a belt around here because the dysfunction was right in here and I was trying to keep it locked in. Well, it eventually moved all the way up to the base of my skull and to the base of my back now. So if I go, Jesus, it's gonna hurt. Like that. Okay, see? All right, where am I at? Okay, so what we have is, we have a man who don't know how to quit. That might be some guy I know, okay? And He forces his body. I force my body. I force it, I force it, I force it, like I did the very first day as I walked across this parking lot across town to see this chiropractor in hopes of help. I've continued to force it. I've made it run. I've made it walk. I've made it eat. I lived, all right? I've worked out on the bag. I've started with small weights. I started with rubber band, inner tubes, using very lightweight. I went to higher weights. I remember once I was doing a military, and there's a power line right across here. All right, and there's also a power line that works directly from that to here. That's gone. And this power line right across through here, that's gone. So like a big bench press where I was doing bench pressing 250 pounds, 270 pounds, I can barely maybe push up. I haven't even tried it because it's a very difficult position for I can't be on my back and push up. I just can't do it. Not and get any strength. I can do push-ups, maybe 5 of them. I should be able to do 25 of them. Okay, so that main power area is gone. So what else has this done? Oh, this is very important. So the muscles that are up in the head go all the way around the scalp, man. And many of them are connected to the back of the neck, and many of those are connected around to the jaw. Well, I'm missing teeth on the lower sides in the back. So in comes TMJ, temporal mandibular jaw syndrome. So with the TMJ, that look like TMJ here. So, and with all these muscles moving now, why? Because this is all completely unstabilized. Why? Because now the nerves don't know what signal to send. I'm saying go this way, and part of them are saying go back that way. All right, because the whole skeletal structure is thrown off. The nerves just don't know which way to fire. All right, they're like fire here, fire there, fire here, fire there. And what I'm telling my neck is like we hold still or maybe turn left and it goes right. You know, so this is the reality of what I'm living with. And if you want to experience pain, I would not wish this on the devil. Alright? Jesus already went through some shit like this. His was a little shorter and more defined. And I am not Jesus. But this shit has been kicking my ass for 3 years, man. Seriously, okay? I laugh, I joke, I cry a lot. I put a gun to my head a couple of times. And, you know, that was a long time ago when I was so angry and so upset and so scared and just didn't know what the fuck to do anymore, you know? And then I decided to just start finding a way to fight back. And I fought back and I fought back and I started doing good things in the community and playing with kids. Man, when I play with kids, I forget my pain a lot. Yeah, this guy's in pain. Look at him. He's a mess, man. This guy is a mess. So I see the surgeon in 2 days, Dr. Hogg, and maybe they're gonna stop telling me I'm crazy. I'd appreciate it, because I can't go through much more of this, because I'm falling all the time again now. The snow and ice kept me inside, and that's really hard on me. I'm freezing up. My shoulders are out. I'm having a real bad day. Ow! I fell earlier a lot. So, there it is. Degenerative disc disease between 5 and 7, complete disruption of musculoskeletal system, which has affected all the other systems. It affected the gastrointestinal system, all right, because that stuff has to go in and it has to come out, all right. And if you shift all the muscles and you shift the entire skeleton, everything's going to shift with it. Now, as this shifted my muscles but not my skin, that's why I skin galvanic test is not going to find this. It's because it's the muscles. It's not the skin, all right? Yeah, the muscles are getting the signal from the brain. They're just confused, all right? As the muscles underneath began to move, they itch real bad as it rips the fibrous layer that's in between the skin and the muscle. And again, if you're a doctor sitting there going, this guy's just a layperson, doesn't know what he's talking about. I spent 25 years taking apart animals, cooking meat, all right? I got 132 IQ. Oh, God. And just because I'm a little, make faces like that and stuff, does not mean I'm an idiot. And it also doesn't mean I'm insane. Now, the cart before, I will admit that I had some real serious mental health issues in the beginning of this. I didn't know what was going on. I thought I was being poisoned. I thought all sorts of things. I just had a lot of problems in the first month or two. Nothing like this has ever happened in my life before. And I have doctors telling me I'm crazy. And I know that I'm not crazy, but this is talk about on top of the mental anguish of going through 2 major traumas back to back, dropping out of school, my whole life changing. And, you know, doctors telling me that I'm insane after I've pushed on the wall and done a finger squeeze, Dr. Yoder. You know, I deserve better than this. I feel that I got a lot to give. And that's why I feel I deserve better than this. Okay? I've suffered long enough. I've suffered long enough, okay? Alright, so we're going to have, I'm going to make some Chinese food tonight. I'm going to get that all cut up. I wanted to get through that. So yeah, I don't need to run it down again. You guys can see. You guys have seen enough. But the thing is, they waited 3 years. Okay? Now, even if they schedule me for a surgery, do more MRIs, get all ready to go, make sure that they check out what they're doing, and totally rebuild this entire area here, will I be able to put my muscles back where they should be? Where, like, the tip of my finger feels normal where it should be, but go down the finger and the rest of the finger and the hand doesn't feel like it should be normal. But how many times can you go like that? I still think my hand is face up. Okay? Now it's kind of sort of down in my head. That's because I'm rotating from places that should not rotate. Alright? So the complete disruption of the entire musculoskeletal system. And the only way that I kept it going is by doing all the exercising, by doing all the jogging, by forcing it. Because if I didn't, I would have 3 years of non-usage of muscles and be in a wheelchair a year or 2 ago. And bye. Dang neck. Oh yeah, it cut across my vocals too. So my voice that used to be able, I was really blessed with a beautiful voice. A beautiful body, man. I was blessed. You know, I'm in the 1 percentile when it comes to dexterity, strength, speed. And that's the only reason I'm walking now. And my voice was along those lines too. But now, when I try to switch over, fa, sol, la, oh yeah, and I choke too. Now when I eat, I can't talk. The little epiglottis thing gets confused. Happens all the time. I often have to go and get the food out of my lungs. The disruption is gone so far. You guys can see my ribs right here. You shouldn't be able to see my ribs right there. You shouldn't be able to see my ribs right there. This muscle should come down. I had really big lats. Alright, well anyways. It's going on for a while. So we have multiple doctors who've looked at this situation, and I have actually, I have them telling me to do neck exercises. I've got them telling me to go to mental health while this is going on. And then my father had to go to the extent of hiring a lawyer and a team of people to make sure that I'm getting proper medical, which is really sad. It's really sad that it's come to this level. I'm thankful that I've had a judge that can see that I'm disabled so I can get some medical help. But I told him, ouch! Told him I don't know if they can fix me. I mean, if it would stabilize, at least that would be something. But getting worse and worse and worse and worse with me having to fight every day to get through it. My dad says, when's it hurt the most? I'm like, when's it hurt the most? Well, right there. And when I spasm. And when I try to go to sleep as my arms start falling out of the sockets and they bruise. The shoulder blades bruise the muscling on my back. My legs cramp and have massive Charlie horses that turn me into an upside down C. When I'm jogging and when I'm trying to jog and I start walking and limping and then I finally get some jogging going, well, my upper body isn't in the right position. So I have to spend a mile or two trying to force my arms to go up and go into the right position, trying to keep my breathing correct. So, I don't get spasms instead of things going in the wrong position. And that hurts a lot. That hurts unbelievably. So if you go by and you see me gritting my teeth and spitting and just snarling and growling when I'm just running around the building, you know why. Okay. There's something about suffering. Okay. It's made me a much better man. Because I understand some things about people and the experience of this world. I understand some things more about myself. It's very important to love yourself. Suffering makes you wise in ways that you never thought you would. Alright, Chef John, aka Thor. I think you guys get the idea. I'm a mess. And you know why now. Alright. I don't have all my my MRIs and stuff like that right now, or I'd start posting that along with this. Yeah, if you're a doc in another town and you want to help a brother out, I'd appreciate it. Alright. This is not an easy fix. It wasn't an easy break, and it sure as hell has not been easy to live with it. Especially in the middle of the night when I'm stumbling back and forth for weeks at a time, moaning and groaning and just trying to get my numb arms to work and flopping them from side to side. Just a lot of pain, you know. The skinned up elbows and the how many times I've had bubble bows from all the falls, and the smashed up cheek and smashed up head from slamming into the ground. All the permanent scars I got on the sides of my knees now from having spasms. It's a little much, man. But finding a way to keep going surely ain't me all the time. I'm not that strong. Something inside of me helps me stay strong. Something outside of me. You know what I mean? Jesus Nam Sababa. Nam Saram. If y'all understand that. Alright. Much love. I hope you got something other than just that I'm in a lot of pain. There's another side to this. And it's a pretty incredible side. It's what one human being can do against when everything looks so bleak that you just can't go on, you know. And this, yeah. Alright. Peace, y'all.